Ajax Analysis by Gilberto Galindo Siciliano. The plot begins with Ajax brooding over his wrongs. Ajax is guilty of presumption against the gods and is punished for it. This we understand more fully when the messenger tells us how Ajax twice disdained the help of gods. He was strong to prevail alone. The judgment on Achilles' armor is the crisis. Ajax and his men think that Agamemnon and Menelaus were dishonest to give the award to Odysseus, coming to Ajax's decision to murder the judges, making his attack and failing in it. The madness sent by Athena to Ajax saved the Greek captains to him, since he could not accept life on his own terms. He has now only one thing to do: to fall on his sword and then killing himself. At the end of the play arises the question of his burial. Ajax is drawn as being, with all his greatness, self-reliant to the point of arrogance. He knows his own merit. We are reminded that Ajax was revered as a hero, and that a hero must have his tomb, since that was the center of the cult. Therefore, his proper burial was of importance, that is, to every Athenian. Menelaus argues thus: Ajax was always insubordinate. On the other hand, Agamemnon has a good argument. It is intolerable if men like Ajax would not accept the verdict of court, but race to violence. Teucer does indeed tell Agamemnon what Ajax has done for him and the Greeks. We are in the presence of the death of a great man, slain by his own hand, and Odysseus can respond worthily. He knows where hatred must end and pity begin. He knows that in the midst of change we must not be rigid, that enmity must not endure forever, that we must remember benefits and forget injuries. Ajax is one who must have things his own way, but this is a thing that life does not permit for long. We are going to show how the plot of the play is moving, and we can observe how the characters are acting to run the action of the anecdote. First of all, it is to recognize the main character of the play, Ajax, and he wants the armor of Achilles because he deserved it for his own merits, without the help of the gods, to show off his achievements to everyone. He is helped by himself, and his opponents are Agamemnon, Menelaus, Odysseus, and Athena. On the other hand, we have the genre analysis of Ajax. First of all, it is a tragedy of character, because the main character, Ajax, shows his way of being with his stubbornness and arrogance, because he didn't accept help from the gods. He was strong to prevail alone, plus the circumstances. Ajax disdained the help of gods twice. Ajax and his men think that Agamemnon and Menelaus were dishonest to give the award to Odysseus. Ajax's decision to murder the judges, and the tragic mistake was Ajax is guilty of presumption against the gods, and is punished for it, and he drives himself to his destruction. The tone is serious because it is in accordance with the events that are happening in the play. The catharsis is experienced when Ajax realizes he cannot fight against the gods, and when the spectator can see clearly that the cause of Athena's anger is the irreligious arrogance which Ajax has habitually shown, Nevertheless, to behave with modesty that becomes mortal man, this is what Ajax cannot do. The material is likely because it can happen several times. The suffering, the destruction, and the sacrifice in reality. It is realistic because the possibility of it happening several times that a real person experience the resistance, the reparation, and the atonement is very great. And it only remains for me to recommend you to subscribe to the channel and give a like if you feel it's worth it. Thank you very much in advance for your valuable attention.